Were you always wanting to be a writer when you grew up, or is it something that you stumbled upon later in life?
Being an author was my dream bigger job. I call it that because my dream big job was being a teacher. And that's what I did first for 10 years. I was a high school science teacher. And I loved it so much. I loved the kids. I loved teaching. But when I had the opportunity to start writing books, it was really difficult for me to do both. Some people can do more than one thing. I could do like one thing. So I was a teacher first for 10 years. I call that my first life. And now I've been a full-time author for 8 years. And yeah, at first I called it the dream bigger job because I loved what I was doing as a teacher. But, you know, being an author was always something I thought of as being for rock stars and those people, and I was just me. I write contemporary realistic fiction, and all my books are love stories. The thing that all my books have in common is they're all about soulmates, so it's a special kind of love. You know, it's a true love, which does exist, and soulmates are real. People need to know soulmates are real. That's important to know. Note that. And I just know from experience, I've met 3 soulmates in my life so far. I think everyone has more than one soulmate. I don't think there's just one person out there for everyone. In Kissing Jessica Stein, she says there are like 7 soulmates for everybody. So I don't know how many, but more than one. But I just write about that epic kind of love. You know, you meet someone and you just feel like you've known them your whole life, and it's this intense connection that's amazing. And I love writing also positive messages, encouragement. I want my readers to really feel inspired to know that they can find the type of love that they want.
How do you know if it's your soulmate?
See, I feel like with a soulmate, you just know. It's a feeling you can't really describe other than, I call it the knowing with a capital K. You just feel, it feels like you've known this person your whole life. They feel like home to you. It's kind of like your soul recognizes their soul. It's like, oh, here you are. You know, I've loved you before I met you. So I think that the difference between having relationships in high school or college or anytime really, where you kind of feel this void in your heart, you love the person, you love being with the person, there's all these good things about them, but it feels like there's something missing. And with a soulmate, it doesn't feel that way. Although soulmates are not perfect, that's important to point out. I mean, no one's perfect. So when I talk about soulmates, I don't mean to imply that this is, you know, some perfect, mythical, otherworldly person. No, this person, like my soulmate, for example, will not rinse the dishes before he puts them in the dishwasher. I'm like, you just have to rinse. Like, why is that so hard? So there's still the same, you know, conflicts, but I think in the greater scheme of things, big picture, is that you just have this feeling like your heart is happy with this person and you belong together.
What's next?
Lost in Love, and the cover is amazing. I love all 3 covers, but this is my favorite. It's just so moody and dreamy, and I love it so much. And so right now I'm writing the 3rd book of the trilogy, which will be out in 2017. And then, yeah, this is my first series, so it's exciting.
If you could give any tips to writers who maybe want to start a trilogy or they don't even know, what would you say?
Read. Read all the time. Read as much as possible. The more you read, the better your writing becomes. You know, I learned how to write from reading, and I read every day. I like to read before I go to sleep. So reading as much as possible, of course, and then just having fun with your writing. If you are feeling writer's block, if you're feeling like you don't really know where your story's going, if you're working on something, I feel like maybe you're not as passionate about your writing as you could be. Because when you're passionate about what you're writing, when you love what you're writing, the words come and you're just so excited to write. And that doesn't mean that every day is easy. I have days that are really, really difficult. But I feel like if you're passionate about what you're writing and you have fun with it, that's the most important thing.